Fog Entertainment back again with our video, and we are looking at Sons of Anarchy. In between the lands, baby. We're looking in between Season 3 and Season 4. Of course, we've already made a video talking about Jax getting attacked in prison by the Russians, and today we are looking at what if Jax died. So let's put ourselves back there. Of course, Jax gets attacked inside by the Russians. He's left to bleed out, but he doesn't bleed out. But let's just say, in that scenario, Jackson, Nathaniel Taylor, sadly, passes away. Oh, hell no. Well, look what happens when we're even still alive. SAMCRO go out and they wipe the Russians off the face of this earth. Something that a lot of Americans would probably like today, or probably throughout history. You know, the Cold War still sits with some people the wrong way. Clay, give me a shotgun. But if you look at it from that point of view, Big Stevie knows what he's talking about. And at the end of the day, Jackie Boy dealt with Putlova, you know, a couple of stab wounds to the chest. All the Russians are dead, dumped outside Charming Heights. SAMCRO bounced back with a bang. But we are looking at the possibility here that Jax Taylor died inside. Now, what the hell would have happened? If they killed Jax inside, would they have went for more members? I mean, potentially. I'm interested to see, though, what the relationships were like outside. Of course, you know, we're going to make fids on it, but outside you'd like Kozik, Piney, Chibs, Opie, and a few other members, a few other charters helping it. Now, what were the Russians hitting them with attacks? Was there a wee mini war going on before Clay reached an agreement after Jax gets stabbed or something? We'll never really know. But if Jax died, what would have happened? Well, I'll tell you one thing for sure. The Russians would not have been at Opie and Lila's wedding. That I can pretty much guarantee you. I just don't see a world where Jax... Or, well, I say, well, where Jax would have been gone, right? Jackie Boy would not have been existing anymore. So for that reason alone, Jackie Boy would not have been there. But how could the Russians have been at Lila and Opie's wedding? They wouldn't have been. So therefore, that puts them out of contention to be there, and then you can set up killing them. But with Jax being dead, someone has to come up with the VP. Kind of irrelevant that officer change, but at the same time, Clay's going to want, Jim is going to want the Russians head on a stick, man. Clay is going to grab his gun and he's going to go after as many Russians that he can find. It's as simple as that. SAMCRO are going to go absolutely hunting. I think the same thing would have happened, but it would have been on a much more bloody scale. It would have been absolutely relentless. I really enjoyed the Season 4 premiere, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think it's such a good... Sons is so good, man. Just think of that. I mean, it's nothing like particularly like 10 out of 10 about it, but like them dancing, getting along, take the Russians out, kill them, dump them, you know, everyone's dancing and singing. Then the undercover guy's looking up at the Charming Heights sign, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So yeah, I think it would have been a bit more bloody, guys. I think SAMCRO could have potentially lost a member or two in the bloodshed, but they dealt with the Russians the best way possible without Jax dying. Obviously, with members dying, it makes them a wee bit more, you know, itchy trigger finger, so to speak, and they can't think things through. But maybe after the events of Season 2, where Jax said we need to be smart about retaliation, and eventually Clay gets the memo. But, you know, 10 episodes late. But essentially, he does get it. He does get it whether or not it was late. But with Jax not there and Jax being dead, you know, the input that Jax had on the club, maybe even the likes of the level-headed members like Chibs, Opie, you know, they've been outside. They've not been locked away. But then Clay, man, you know, 14 months, what would that do to a guy? It would have been bloody, guys. It would have been absolutely bloody for Jax Taylor. But until next time, peace.